don't get me wrong, switching to an all-fruit diet or a fruit-based diet is a progressive step forward towards your own healing and towards the healing of Mother Earth. But there's a tendency, and it is just that, a tendency, okay, for people to simply switch their diet. So you might have gone from vegetarian straight into fruitarianism, or maybe from veganism, you were eating soy and tofu and, you know, just vegan foods. Now you decided, I'm just gonna go raw, or I'm gonna go fruits. Maybe you've done the raw first, you were eating nuts and seeds, and you switched to fruitarianism. So it's a progressive step. It's definitely a step forward. It's sort of, you know, there's hierarchy to everything, really. Creation is created in hierarchies. So even diet changes, it's sort of, there's hierarchies and levels. And so if you're at the fruitarian level, you're already there, but this is one of the pitfalls. Some people, when they switch over to a fruit-based diet, they think that's it. It's over. I'm now eating the best food, the food Mother Nature intended for humans. There's nothing else beyond. Well, dig a little deeper, there is. And ultimately, the final level is breatharianism. So no consumption of physical food. And look, I totally salute, okay, just I don't want to really be in any way negative here. I totally salute anyone who's working to improve themselves, to heal themselves and heal the planet and heal the people around them. So if you have switched to a fruit-based diet, or even just anything from wherever you are to something better, I salute you, okay? But I want to bring into your attention, your awareness, because I fell in the same trap when I first took on a fruit-based diet, is I simply switched one addiction to another to suppress my emotions. So if you have watched, you know, just videos about people who switch to this type of diet, fruitarians, etc., I've watched quite a few, you know, especially in that phase where the idea of eating fruits was brought into my attention. So I was sort of eating up that content on YouTube. You would see the tendency that these people, God bless their souls, you know, they're improving, and I'm sure as the consciousness of the planet rises, they will continue to catch up on the other levels that are even higher than fruitarianism. So it would be like liquidarianism, Waltarianism, and then ultimately breatharianism, because you're pure light. You're pure light emanating and actually animating the physical body. So anyway, let's talk about this. So you'll see that there is a common tendency that a lot of people who adopt this type of lifestyle eat like crazy, and I'll tell you why. Because they're still under the magic spell of calories. Calories in, calories out. They're still under that spell. And I understand it's a very, very difficult program to undo. Because, I mean, I was into the fitness. I had a fitness channel. I preached the calories in, calories out. Here's what you need. You know, I'd coach people, okay? So I'd go on like Calorie Counter or something, you know, websites online, and I'd plug in their information. And I say, well, you need to eat 2,500 calories or 3,000 calories to meet your needs. And I would actually coach them and give them this information, which is totally false, totally bullshit. It's a mental construct based on what we put our faith in science, that they figured out nutrition and figured out energy, okay, which they haven't even begun to at all. And quantum physics will rewrite all of science. Science will get a rewrite. The entire book of science, that chapter of humanity, is going to get a rewrite once we dig deeper and deeper into quantum physics. So what happens? People will switch into this diet, fruitarianism. They'll eat fruits, but then they were eating what, 2,500 calories, let's say 3,000 calories before, on like you know, your average diet. And if you were eating like just everything that comes across, it's not that difficult to meet 3,000 calories. But with fruits, it's really, I mean, you'd have to go to the dried fruits to be able to get up to 3,000 calories. So you're under the magic spell of the calories. I gotta meet my needs. You're still under that program. Okay, so now I'm switching to this diet. I'm gonna eat all fruits, yummy, yummy, yummy. How do I meet my 3,000 calories? So if you may go down the dried fruits route, so you'll eat lots of dates, lots of figs just to meet them, because you know that if you're eating your regular fruits, your basic fruits, that there is no way in hell you're going to get up to 3,000 calories without eating an insane amount of fruits. You would have to eat 30 medium-sized bananas to go up to, you know how, man, you know how taxing that is to your system? Do you know how taxing that is to your intestines? I did that because when I switched to the fruitarian thing, I was still under that spell and I was trying to meet my my calorie needs, right? I was still under that program. I was so deep into it as a personal trainer and as someone who's had a fitness channel for 4 years. You know, I was so big into it, so it was difficult for me to actually undo that program. So I switch and I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna eat 2,500 calories because I gotta keep the muscles. I gotta maintain the muscles. I gotta maintain my health. Otherwise, man, I don't know what's going on. You know, I'm gonna be laying there like a weakling. I'm gonna be malnourished, etc., etc., etc. And I would basically be constantly on the shitter. You know, you try and eat 25 bananas, 30 bananas. Your life is basically in and out of the toilet. Lots of fiber in there, lots of fiber. And so that should lead you, if you follow the pattern here, that should lead you to realize that the calories in, calories out program is faulty and that there is something else to food. There is something else to food. So yes, fruit is the most optimal food for humans. Why? Because you need very little of it, because it's packed with water. Water, what do you die without first? Oxygen. You know, if you're not actually plugged into the prana, oxygen, water, and then food. People can go on for weeks. I'm talking average people who know nothing about pranic living. For weeks without food, okay? So why is fruit the most optimal and nourishing food for the human body? Because it contains this living water and it contains the energy from the sun. So you actually need very little of it because it nourishes you, not just on a calorie level, energy and sugar, carbohydrates, because there's something more important to this, which is water. So it hydrates you. So a fully hydrated body is a very vital and energetic body. That's being hydrated is more important than having sugar fuel in your body. If you're well hydrated at a cellular level, you're gonna have lots of energy with very little carb fuel in your system. So that's why fruit is indeed the most optimal food, but you're not seeing why. It's because the water, that living water inside of it. And so therefore, you know, I mean, if you've ever gotten a really big watermelon and you ate the whole thing, it's actually overwhelming to eat the whole thing. You probably felt like, oh, there's a lot of water in my belly and it's overwhelming. Because that, and how many calories would it have? Like a big watermelon like this. Maybe 600 if we're talking calorie wise. Maybe 600. But it's so overwhelming because actually, like, you don't even need that much. You know, maybe half of it is more than sufficient. More than sufficient. I just had a small one before making this video, like this, small one. It was maybe, if we're talking calorie wise, it maybe had like 300 calories in it. If we're talking calorie wise, maybe like 400. But by the end of finishing it, I was like, man, like, that was a lot, because it's the water. It's got the water, because hydration is way more important than fueling yourself up with the carb, you know, keeping your carb fuel jacked up. Otherwise, man, you're gonna be a weakling, you're gonna be malnourished, you're gonna look like somebody that just survived some kind of food strike or something, you know. So then if you simply switch over but keep the same patterns and still use food to suppress your emotions, to fill out your time, because think about it, if you switch over, you get a new hobby now. I'm gonna eat 3,000 calories worth of fruit. So your entire day is basically based on eating. And how different is that from an animal? And we are a higher evolved species, both on a physical level and on a consciousness level. Not very different if your entire day is based on eating. And man, if you're switching to a fruit-based diet, there's a lot of beautiful, wonderful, delicious fruits out there. Lots of fruits to try. You literally spend your entire day just because if you're gonna eat 3,000 calories worth of fruit, baby, you're gonna be eating a lot. You're gonna be eating throughout the day, and you're gonna be going shopping. I mean, it fills time. It's a good time filler. So anytime you feel a little bored, you say, well, I only met 2,000 out of 3,000 calories, and it's only 5 p.m. So you go again for the third time to the store and see what fruits do they have, and maybe I'll try this, maybe I'll try that. So it's again, it's a step forward. It's a progressive step. But if it's not dealing with the root causes of our patterns and our addictions, it is, I wouldn't say as detrimental as eating like a constipating diet, like a meat diet or something like that, that is devoid of water, because water is like, again, it's way more important than, it's a form of energy. And we're talking energy here. It's a form of energy, okay? So let's switch over here. Okay, so yeah, and so but I'm sure that everyone who, because everything is evolving, right? So I'm sure they'll catch the message. I'm sure they'll catch it in one way or another. At some point, you'll just get sick and tired of being on the shitter all the time. You'll just get sick and tired of it. You know, I mean, really, you'll get sick and tired of it, and then the message will come across. Maybe I don't need as much of this. Maybe the reason why this is the best food for us humans is because we actually need like very little amounts of it, because it's so nourishing. Now, I didn't talk about the other source of nourishment that a fruit will give you, the life force. It's full of the life force energy. So it feeds your subtler body. It feels, because there's information inside of it also, right? It stores information. It picks it up from Gaia, because it spends so much time picking up the earth elements, the water from the deep water, from the tree, just pulling that water, distilling the water, and it picks up energy from the sun. So I think the name for this is biophotons or something. But you pick up the energy and it communicates with you. It starts to speak to you, starts to speak to your subconscious mind, because it's been laying there in the sun for 9 months. You know, sometimes years. You know, sometimes some fruits will take years before they ripen. Just picking up the energy from the conscious being that is the sun, and the conscious elements of the Gaia, the mother Gaia, which is a being as well. It's picking up all this intelligence, so it communicates to you. So that's the other, even higher source of nourishment, even higher than water. You see? And so it turns out you don't need very much of it at all. And if you're spending all your time in nature, you're picking up the communication anyway, which is now the next level of it, which now we're going towards breatharianism. You know, watarianism is you just become, you know, sustained from water only, because you're so plugged into energy. You're spending your time in the sun, in the elements, that you don't even, you bypass the need for eating fruits at this point, because you're picking up the information that those fruits have been laying there for 9 months picking up, right? Except for now your entire lifestyle is in nature, and you're getting like 5 hours of sunshine, and you're just in nature. So now your need even for the communication that a fruit gives you is lessened and lessened the more you're plugged into these subtler, much more abundant sources of energy, much lighter, you know? So yeah, so I really just wanted to bring that into awareness, that it is one of the pitfalls. And I understand when I switched over, there was much backlash after. I didn't do the fruits thing no more. I switched over because it turns out I was using food to suppress boredom and lack of connection with the elements, really. So I was just using that. Every time I got bored, I'll grab something, you know, or let's go to the store for the 3rd time today and grab that fruit or this fruit. Let me do dates, let me do this, right? Let me meet my calorie needs as well. But you're actually just taxing your system. you're actually just taxing your intestines. You're actually filling it with fiber. You're filling it with stuff. So, and you're constantly on the shitter. I mean, I for one don't want to be constantly on the shitter. And in fact, one of the reasons why I'm lightening up the diet more and more now is because I just don't want to like constantly have to take a shit. It's annoying. Not even like, it's annoying actually. It really is annoying, you know. So there is another level, you know. So you see where you're at and you stay there and you honor that. You be honest about yourself. You may not even be at the level of fruits yet. Don't fake it. Don't pretend nothing. Wherever you're at, even if you're still eating meat, you're still eating meat. Fine. But the idea, the awareness came to you that there are lighter diets and lighter ways of being that will actually improve your state of consciousness, connect you more to your source, which is pure light. It's pure energy. It doesn't need a piece of fruit. You know, it doesn't need anything. But you see where you're at, and then you just kind of slowly improve. If you're at the level of fruits, but you're binge eating fruits, again, just understand, recognize that there is something that you're suppressing with the constant habit of eating and grabbing something and chewing and you know. And I find if I spend loads and loads of time in nature, not only am I inclined to only eat fruits or things that grow, let's say, but I'm also needing much less of them. Much less. Like, I'll give you an example. Like today, when I ate like a watermelon like this, you know, I'll hang out here until just before sunset, and I'll go grab a mango smoothie. So just mangoes but blended, you know, like a nice one, like a 1 liter one, you know, and that'll be my food for the day, you know. And that's it. I legitimately do not feel like I need more than that. In fact, you know, I've been eating bananas for the last 3 days, and I'm realizing the more water anything has, that actually the easier it is to rid of it, the less fiber. Like, bananas have a lot of fiber. So if you're eating bananas, you're going to be shitting a lot, right? But if I'm eating watermelon in like moderate quantities, it's smoother. It's 92% water. So you even start to understand at a deeper level that it's all about the 4 elements. That actually, if you're well hydrated, that the more the more water there is in something, actually, the more life force and nourishment there is. So a watermelon has more life force than, say, a banana. A watermelon has a higher vibration than, say, a banana, because it's got more living water in it. It's about the 4 elements. The equation is about the 4 elements. Sun, fire, so that's fire, water, earth, and air. Now, if you're getting that, you're getting plenty of sun, plenty of fresh air. I'm here in the mountains, you know, plenty of earth element. I come here, I hang out here for hours, just hang out here. The thought of food doesn't even enter until I leave here. Then I'm like, okay, I kind of want to eat. Just for the hell of it, because I want to fill up my time now, because maybe I don't know what to do next, you know. So you notice your patterns, but while I'm here, like, I'm not thinking about it. That thought of food, it doesn't even enter my mind. Even water, I have the water bottle here, but I like barely. Maybe if I'm hanging out here, say 5 hours, I may reach to it once or twice. But then I leave, and I'm like, if I don't know what I'm gonna do next, then that thought of food enters. Not because I need it, not because, in fact, when I leave here, my energy is so high because I'm soaking up all the energy. Simply because I'm bored, simply because I'm looking for something to fill. But if I know what I'm going to do next, like I'm going to go meet my brother or something, you know, then the life continues unplugged into these different sources. If I'm going to go meet my brother or meet somebody, a friend, then I'm looking forward to it, because I know that energy is nourishment also, the interaction between me and someone else that I love, that I care for. So yeah, and then so the more time you get the 4 elements, straight, direct, cut the middleman, sunshine, air, earth, water, just water. I put lemon in my water, okay? The less and less you will feel urge to even eat in the first place, okay? And when you do, you will eat moderate quantities, okay? I have now I'm on a 1 week straight, almost. If I'm gonna put the calories that I'm consuming to you right now after 1 week, they would be about, and I'm kind of tracking it just because I'm interested, right? So as somebody who came from this background of fitness and, you know, constant, I mean, you know, I was like a calorie Nazi. Any gym bro knows, right? I'm just kind of tracking and seeing. So I have been consuming primarily fruits for the 1 week, okay? I had an avocado yesterday, and maybe 3 or 4 days ago, an avocado, but let's say calorie wise, okay, it's been less than 1,000. Now, if you go, if I actually went to look at this, right? And I looked how many calories do I need to maintain, just to maintain, like my maintenance calories, right? To maintain everything, maintain my weight. So it turns out it was like 2,000 calories or something. So then then this website that I use said if you're consuming 1,000 calories or less, you're going to be experiencing massive weight loss, and you know, it's basically like, it's considered at the point where it's like you're gonna be malnourished in like a week. You're gonna get so skinny. It said extreme weight loss. So for my weight, my height, my age, it said if you're taking in 1,000 calories, then that's extreme weight loss. And I've been taking 1,000 less, even, I would say, like maybe 800, 700. Okay, I mean, look at that chest. I mean, you know, I'm actually surprised because I barely work out too, but I'm not experiencing any of that. I'm actually experiencing more energy and less sleep because there's much less to be processed, and it's also fruits, which are the easiest foods to be processed. So I'm continuously reducing. I follow Lao Tzu's terms, Lao Tzu's words, to gain, to obtain, to become learned, gain daily, to obtain Tao, reduce daily, reduce and reduce until all action is brought to non-action. Then when nothing is done, nothing is left undone. I'm on the Breatharian journey, and I know many of you guys are. The lighter and lighter you get. I've been sleeping less lately. Just naturally, I've been sleeping less. I'm actually trying to force myself to sleep, and I realized that a lot of times where I would go get something to eat is because I feel so light, and I don't even know what to do with the energy, and I'm afraid I can't sleep. So then I go end up getting like something heavier. Maybe I'll get 2 or 3 avocados to put me to bed. And I realized I've been doing that, but because I'll have a lot of energy and I'm afraid. I'm like, how am I going to sleep today? Because I'm just programmed to sleep. But actually, over this period of a week, I've been sleeping less. And I haven't been experiencing any extreme weight loss or anything like that. That should be pretty clear to you, you know? So, and I have barely been working out. That's what's so funny about it. But I have been, as of late, I have been plugged into the forces more than I have ever been in my life. So I feel nourished, and it's that sense of nourishment. Because if you may go down to like, say, 800 calories a day, do it for a week and experience lots of weight loss if you're not plugged into the energy. Because where else are you getting your energy from? I'm getting from the sun. I lay in the sun for 2-3 hours, and then I'm pretty much getting like 5-6 hours of sun because I'm riding on my bike. I'm still getting the sunshine. I'm getting my energy from the sun, but I'm also getting from the earth. Barefoot all the time in the earth. So if you're not getting the energy from elsewhere, yeah, you reduce your calories like that, and you just massively reduce, you're going to experience extreme weight loss, tiredness, fatigue. Definitely. Okay? Now, I have been experiencing some fatigue due to the detoxification process that happens as a result. Okay? So I have been experiencing some of that, but every day it gets better, it seems. Every day that I just you know, reducing the calories and just eating primarily, mostly water, fruits. I mean, avocado is the other thing that I eat, but I guess it is considered a fruit, but I don't eat it every day, and if I do, it's just one. But yeah, it's just recognize there is other levels. There are other, subtler energy forms, more yielding, more abundant, more fulfilling. And you don't have to be constantly on the shitter. You don't have to be constantly farting. That's another thing I've been growing tired of lately. Farting. I've been growing tired of farting. You know, just I've been growing tired of that too. And it's like, all right, come on, let's move to the next level. It's like my body, my mind, body complex are telling me, okay, time to move to the next level. And honestly, that happens just, you gotta nourish yourself from the 4 elements. If you're not nourishing yourself from the 4 elements, this video is completely, almost, I would say, useless. Okay, if you're not getting nourishment from the 4 elements, it is completely useless. You need another source of energy and to fill up your time and boredom, so you're gonna go for fruits. You're gonna go for fruits, okay? Fruits are food. What I meant is food in general, whatever your diet is. So ultimately, all diet changes, they can improve you, okay? But the level at which you're gonna really experience improvements is when you reduce. You begin to reduce, and you eat the foods that are most optimal and harmonious and filled with the water element and the sun element as well. Because the fruits, they lay so much in the sun and they pick up all that electrical energy. Magnetism is from the earth. Electricity is from the sun. So the fruit is laying there for months, sometimes years even, and it's picking up all that energy, and then it's taking in all that water, right? The earth element and the water element. It's in the tree, getting the earth energy, the water from the tree, and it's in air. So it's beautiful. It indeed is the most optimal. It's got the life force. It's not killed. It's not cooked. It hasn't been cooked. So it's like me now. Imagine suddenly my soul leaves, my consciousness leaves. Then I'm just laying there, a corpse. Oh, Saeed, can you make a video on this? No, I can't. I'm not even here anymore. I can't even hear you. It's the same thing. So when you kill something, anything, you know, and you eat it, it's not there. The information is gone. Like you're asking the fruit, can you tell me what the sun is saying? What's the cosmic gossip these days? You know, tell me what's going on. Is the solar flash thing for real? You know, they're calling it the event or what? I mean, it'll talk to you. It'll just talk to you naturally, just by eating it, if it's live. But if you kill it, there's nobody home, as the consciousness is gone. Your body will have to bring it back to life, and will extract some benefits from it. But it's just, there's going to be a lot of energy that has to be put to extract that energy. You see? The energy. So, yeah, that's about it. Thank you to all the Patreons for supporting this channel. Big kiss for you guys. One love. And if you would like to contribute to Patreon, $2 a month is like, you know, you become a member, you support the mission of this channel. If you'd like to do that, there's a link in the description. Or if you want to just make a one-time donation, PayPal, you could do that through that as well. So a link there. Saeed Mubayir on Instagram. Love you guys. Keep doing your best. Keep healing. Keep improving wherever you're at. Just keep improving. It's all for the positive. Okay, this movement towards the lighter foods is for the positive, not for you only, but for the planet as well. And then we all together, because some people aren't yet catching up that there's other ways other than eating, which is fine. But as the consciousness rises, they'll catch up, because now there is a better environment and it's out there more, the idea. So they'll catch it eventually. So just keep doing your best, and until next time, may the force be with you.